All right, we've got Bakersfield with his head coach Rod Barnes and student athletes Isaiah Grayson and Brandon Barnes. Coach, we'll start with you with an opening comment, and then we'll take a couple of questions.
First of all, you got to give New Mexico State a lot of credit. I thought our guys really came out and really kind of got them on their heels late in the game. I thought their guards really stepped up and hit some big shots that they didn't hit in the first half. Really proud of our team. I thought we executed the game plan and gave ourselves a chance to win a game against a team that's really talented and have been together, and one that's difficult to put a game plan together because they had good players both inside and on the perimeter, and they've got the player of the year on their team. So, but I thought our kids gave a valiant effort. I thought our season was one. Obviously, it was tough. I thought down the stretch, again, they made some shots that gave them a chance, and shots that they missed early, and we missed some shots that thought we had some opportunities to keep the game a little bit closer. But proud of these guys that are here with me. They've set a good foundation for our program, and we look forward to moving forward, and was excited to have an opportunity to play in the semifinals of the WAC.
Going to take some questions.
Coach, from your vantage point, was just a matter of wearing down in the second half? You had as good a first half as you probably had all year. Was it just a matter, in your mind, where did things fall short?
Well, I thought the guys hit shots. I thought in the first half, they had some good looks, because we made a decision that we were going to keep them out of our paint. And, we did that. But they had some guys step up late and make some shots, and they're a good team, and both teams felt like talented enough and good enough to make runs. We made our run in the first half. They made their run in the second half, and that's to be expected. When you're playing a good team and you're playing good basketball, it's going to come down always to the last 2 or 3 minutes, and they made more plays than we did down the stretch.
Coach, kind of hate to say it, but I mean, this was kind of the theme of the year. You played well for a half, would be in games in the second half, and so many times not able to pull it out. I mean, is it frustrating to kind of have a season like that, or how do you kind of sum up a season like this that, with the high expectations, to probably feel like there was a lot more wins out there that you could have had?
Well, there's no question there was wins out there we could have had, but this is our league has shown, and and the teams that have played, I mean, teams that with better records, it's gone down to the end of the game, and they've made plays, and unfortunately, we didn't make plays. Even like last night, down the stretch, we made plays and made shots, and Chicago State didn't. I'm disappointed, not in our season, because I'm proud of the young men that I coach, because they've had every opportunity with the adversity that we've had to give in and throw in the towel, but they haven't. And that's what I told them. I'm proud of them. We're in, intercollegiate athletics. It's a training ground. It's a place for development. And I told our guys they're going to get knocked down and get knocked back in life. And if they can be resilient and continue to look at this situation as a positive, their future is going to be bright. Because, again, we had a lot of close games. And just as you mentioned, a lot of opportunities that we left on the table. But again, when I look at tonight's effort, most of the time you judge by the last thing that you've done. I couldn't ask any more of the young men that I coach.
This is for Isaiah. Can you just talk about just the interesting situation you were in? I mean, you were unconsciously good, making shots and playing as well as you have all year, and then at the same time, the season's over. I mean, can you just talk about that kind of emotional roller coaster?
Well, I wouldn't be anything without my team, because they set screens for me and they give me the ball, and we just work real hard. So I mean, I'm just thankful for these guys that we never give up. I mean, it was a tough game, and we was hitting shots, and then we was playing great defense in the first half, and those dudes got out on us second half, but. Like I said, I wouldn't be nothing without my teammates. Feel me? I can't do it by myself, and I'm glad I got these group of guys, because they're always there to fight.
For Brandon or Isaiah, I mean, you guys really stuck together this year, and I kind of expected at times that you would have quit, but it seemed like you guys never did. Just talk about this group of guys and what maybe you'll remember from this season.
I mean, well, we're pretty tight off the court, you know, and I think we were pretty tight just in general. And I mean, we love each other to be very honest with each other. So I mean, we couldn't really quit because we couldn't quit on each other, and that was the thing that made us keep going. And I mean, we had each other. We came to practice every day and worked hard, and we came to practice every day and had some energy. And I mean, it's pretty easy when you have that every day to go hard. You got the guy next to you fighting for you regardless of the tough times. And, you know, my dad always goes, you know, it's going to be tough times in life that you got to stick through it. And I felt like we were really resilient this year. And, you know, balls didn't really bounce out in our favor this year. And, I mean, we worked hard. So, I mean, it was a good year in that aspect.
Coach, kind of a personal question for you, and it might be your boy's last game. If you don't play in the postseason tournament, or if he doesn't get that extra year. I guess, what's it like to conclude coaching him?
Well, it's been I think for both of us, it's been a good ride. Obviously, there's always, just like we talk in life, there's some bumps in the roads, and I think both of us really got to the floor, and we wanted to do the best thing for our program and for each other. You know, I guess I look at myself more as a father, so that's not gonna stop. I gotta continue to be his father. The coaching part is just what I do, it's not who I am. And who I am, if I'm his father. So we just move to the next stage. If he gets his year back, and we'll be glad to have him back. We'll work through the spring and summer, have him, you know, ready to go. If we don't, we'll move to the next phase of what he wants to do in life. You know, one thing that I guess I want to say this, and this probably add too much to what your question is. We've got to get this in perspective of what we do as college coaches and college fans and intercollegiate people. This is about these kids and what they are about to mature them for life. And sometimes we get that out of whack. You know, and when we get that back in perspective, which is great to have fans and the fun and the experience, but if I was basing my livelihood of who I am on what I did 20 years ago when I played, I would be in trouble. But because I took those experiences and I learned from them, it's helped me to become the man that I am today. And that's what we're teaching in our program. We want to win every game. We want to compete every game. But this is just the beginning of their future, and it's not the end. I can say that about our program. This is just the beginning of what we're going to be. This is not the end tonight.
Any other questions? All right, thanks, you guys.
Thank you, guys.